Number 1, what 15-year-old looks like this? And number 2, what 15-year-old is doing this? Something ain't right here. This picture you're looking at right now, this is a picture of 15-year-old who just turned 15, by the way, Bryce Maximus James. But whoa, hold on. If that wasn't good enough for you, I'm going to show you another one right here. And when I first saw this, I was like, yo, who's that guy standing next to LeBron? And then it hit me. I said, holy crap, that's Bryce James. I can't remember the last time I saw him, but I can tell you this, he didn't look anything like that. In what country or what world does a 15-year-old look like this? I gotta calm down. I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. We're gonna talk all about that situation and some more stuff with Bryce James, and we also gotta talk about Bronny. Recently, about a day or two ago, we made a video on Bronny, and in that video, I told you guys I am officially on the hype train. If you wanna know more details about that, feel free to check on that video. I explain everything. If you don't want to go check on that video, that is completely fine. I'll try to make a long story short. Mr. Bronny, LeBron James Jr., whatever you like to call him, he is finally playing the way I always knew he was capable of. He's flat out looking scary, and I'm not just saying that to hype it up or say that, I mean it. 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been scared to play Bronny. He was too nice and humble, but now he's starting to get that swagger that I like. And it's not that cocky swagger you see from some players, it's straight up confidence. I absolutely love, and let me emphasize this, I love how Bronny James is playing and acting. And I'm not even saying I want to see him be more cocky, it's more of I want to see him have that swagger and moxie about him when he walks into the gym and when he's walking on the court. And last but not least, and I'll move on and get into the main topic of this video, Bronny has turned into a guy that everyone wants on their team. What do I mean by that? It's simple. Whether you're playing at the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, a regular park game, a 3v3, a 2v2, or a real basketball player, Bronny James has got to be your first overall pick. Or he doesn't have to be your number 1 overall pick. Everybody has their own preference, but I'm going to explain why he would be mine. I'm sure about 99% of you watching this video, you've at least once or twice played pickup basketball at a park. And you probably played with a group of guys and you start to find out their tendencies and how they play. You got some guys that are really lazy, some guys that rebound good, some guys that play defense good, and some guys that are just straight up offensive superstars. I say that to say this. Although Bronny might not be the best offensive option at the park, he's the best overall player. He's a guy that everybody would love to have on their team. He's not just going to shoot from half court and play isolation basketball. He's going to do the dirty work too. I'm sure you guys have either played with or you know that one guy that he's really good at offense, but he doesn't do anything else. And you kind of hesitate to pick him because you know he's going to want to shoot the ball on every single play and he's going to dribble way too much. I'll take it a step even farther. If his ISOs aren't working, if his shots aren't falling, he's pretty much a liability to your team. If you play or played pickup basketball growing up, you know what I'm talking about. However, when it comes to Bronny, what can he do? He's gonna play outstanding defense. He's gonna hit shots when he needs to. He's gonna isolate when he needs to, not too much, but when he wants to. He's gonna rebound. He's gonna drive and kick. He's gonna get steals. He is a teammate's dream player to have and play along with. For all those reasons, that's why Bronny James will, not if, but will be in the NBA for a long time. I do apologize, I ranted a little bit too much about Bronny. This video is supposed to be about Bryce, but I just can't talk about him enough. I love what he's doing. I'm here for it. I'm going to be harsh on Bronny. I'm going to be critical of him, but I'm also going to give credit when it's due. I'm not going to do it. I'm not letting what he's done in the past week or two go unnoticed. He has to get some respect. We're going to talk all about that, but the main topic of this video will be Bryce. You're going to want to stick this out because we got some interesting stuff to talk about. As always, if you're new to the channel, we're on the road to 300K, so if you like basketball content, I'd greatly appreciate it if you join our channel. It would mean a lot. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I know it's little, but I want to show you guys this. Right here, I'm showing you on your screen. Bronny James, he dunks the ball, real powerful, I like that. But then he slaps the backboard and looks at the student section or the people that were talking trash to him. I get it, I really do. There's going to be a lot of you saying, Matt, no big deal. I see that all the time, but for Bronny, it is a big deal. I've kept up with him ever since he was in middle school up until this point, and he's never showed that confidence before. He has very rarely showed emotion like he's showing on the court right now, and you know what that is? It's nothing different. He's just more confident. That's all it is. He's getting comfortable in his skin, and that is a scary sight to see. Do I even have to explain why it's scary? He has the genetics of LeBron James, arguably the greatest of all time. Right here, I'm going to show you another one. He hits a three, and he holds down the 3 fingers, and he's staring at the people that were talking trash to him again. The confidence is growing. It's clear to see, and that is the only thing I thought he's lacked in his game. Because basketball, yes, you got to be talented, of course. That's a given, but you got to be confident. It's starts mentally first. If you're an OG of the channel, y'all know how I've been very critical of Bronny. I've always thought his highlights and games, they've been underwhelming and just, he's always underperformed. But if you go watch his mixtape from the recent weekend, it actually is eye-popping and really exciting to watch. Somehow, someway, people are still gonna hate on him. Even grown men, you got this dude saying, not even top 60 in the country. One, I'm pretty sure that's false because according to whatever site you look at, he's ranked around 50. And two, do you know how hard it is to be ranked in the top 100? It's almost impossible. Think about all the high school basketball players in the entire country, and to be inside the top 100, you gotta be special. There was so many hate comments, but we already talked about that in a previous video. You know how it goes. That's enough about Bronny though. Let's get on to the main encore of this video, and that is no other than Bronny's brother, Bryce. Over the weekend, there was a picture taken of Bryce standing right next to LeBron. And it's hard to tell because the picture does cut off, but I'm going to try to zoom in right here. You can see that LeBron is wearing shoes and Bryce is wearing Crocs. That's what shocks me even more because LeBron is right at 6'9". Some people say he's 6'9.5". I don't want to get into all that. We'll just say he's 6'9" for the sake of this video. And well, if LeBron is 6'9" with shoes, more than likely he's 6'9.5". Bryce doesn't have any shoes. I mean, he has Crocs on, but that's not giving you elevation. And this isn't Photoshop. This isn't one guy standing 10 feet in front of the other. They are right side by side. I'm going to say it. Let me know in the comment section, but I'm going to assume, just by going off of what I see, Bryce James is about 6'6", maybe 6'5.5". I think 6'7" would be stretching it, but dang, LeBron does have shoes on, so I don't think it's absurd to say that. I'm going with 6'6", still utterly ridiculous. Bryce James, let me remind you, just turned 15 in June. That is ridiculous, but check out what this person said. He might get to 6'10", 6'9". It's always the youngest son who sprouts past everybody. That's common knowledge. If you have siblings, you know how it goes. The youngest, they always tend to not only be taller, but also tend to be better at sports. I don't know what it is about the younger sibling, but that always seems to be the case. Yo, look at this comment. Somebody said, that boy literally the reincarnation of Braun, but with glasses. Then you got these two questions, and these are really good. Somebody stated, you think he's going to end up being taller than Braun? And somebody replied, and it got nearly 2,000 likes, probably he's growing way too fast. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize this. He's only 15 and he's already 6'6". Whoa, 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 hold on. Here's where things get even more interesting. Recently on Bryce's Instagram, he posted these series of pictures and it doesn't make sense. Just by looking at this picture, if I didn't know who he was and you told me this was a 15-year-old, I would have thought he was on drugs. Number one, what 15-year-old looks like this? And number two, what 15-year-old is doing this? It's insane, man. And I saw this side-by-side picture of him and LeBron in high school, and it looks identical. And you already know, we gotta check out some of the comments. Yo, this person stated this and I agree with it. They said, the chosen son for real. I've seen people saying that for over 2 years now. Everybody feels like Bryce, not Bronny, but Bryce, he's gonna be the best one. I'm not gonna say that because that would be disrespectful to Bronny, and Bryce, he's still a kid. But I will say this, I think both of them are gonna have outstanding careers and they're gonna be great. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know what I expected, but there's not too many funny comments to go over. This one's kind of random. It does say, tell Pops to get Kyrie in LA. That's facts, because Bron, you're not going to win anything with Russell Westbrook as your point guard. It just doesn't work out. I don't have too much more to say. I did want to cover this because a few of you sent me this on Instagram. I really appreciate that because always it helps out the videos. I am very curious. Let me know your thoughts on everything we talked about down below. But what up, baby?